Hi and welcome to my new video. This is actually the first video of 2024, so I'm very excited about what the year is gonna bring. But today I'm showing you my journal setup for 2024. Now, a little disclaimer before I start. I'm probably not going to use all of them. I'm just trying it out this year. I tried using a lot of journals last year. I didn't really stay consistent with it. I'm gonna try to be more consistent with it this year though, and I'm just gonna talk you through all the types of journals I have because I have a lot of them. And I mean, last year I also used a lot, but not as much as I want to. So anyway, let's just get started. And also I want to say, oh my god, I want to say that journaling is very individual. Like, you can do your own thing and you can do what works for you. It's not supposed to be a chore or something. Like, you should enjoy it. You should enjoy doing it because it's a hobby, like reading or playing football, I don't know. So it's very individual and you can do whatever you want. I'm just showing you what I'm doing or what I'm going to try to do so that maybe it can help you. So these are all the journals I am using this year. I know it's a lot, but hear me out. So the first journal, I'm just going to start with a random one. It's not ranked by importance or anything. So this one is really simple. It's just a blank journal. And it's the journal I call it my bag journal. I just take it everywhere. And when I see something or I hear something or anything comes to my mind, I just write it in here. I also do a lot of sketching and doodling in here. And then when I get home, I can look through what I wrote down today and fill it into write journals. I love organization. Can you tell? Yeah. So I don't have many pages in this yet, but I do love it. I just keep it in my bag. For example, here I have a little sketch of the train station I was sitting at and waiting for the bus, and some more doodles here. So I'm just gonna take this with me, and I can also write in here lists or reminders of things I need to remember when I'm out and about. Okay, so that's the first journal. It just comes everywhere with me. Another one that also goes everywhere with me. It's a little bit bigger, but I can't make it smaller. This is my beloved diary. I love this so much. It's basically my best friend. It's been with me a while, and I've stopped writing for a long time, and in 2023 I wrote the most in June and July when I was on my internship in Switzerland. I also have a video about that if you want to see. I just write in it. Like, all I do is write. It's just basically like, oh my god, can you see it? I don't want you guys to read it, but like, it's just me writing a lot of stuff, everything. And yeah, that's like, I'm almost done with it, and I already have my new one. My new one that I'm gonna use after this is actually a really expensive one. It cost me 20 euros. Like, this one was like 3. Anyway, but this is the one I use now, and I love it. So these are like my 2 most important ones that I take on the go with me. This one I also use every day, most days. It's my dream journal. I just write about my dreams. Well, every day I just write down like what dream I had, like the date, what dream I had, what people were in it. Sometimes I also write down the meaning, but most days I'm just not motivated to do that. But I keep this next to my bed, so I can always, the second I wake up, I can write it down. And that's really good. Another one that's really important to me is my bullet journal. It's so pretty. With the little little sunflowers. My bullet journal has a lot of stuff. Basically, this is the spread for 2024. My motto for this year is, each day I strive to be a kinder, more gentle person. So I just have some pixels, like year in pixels, health in pixels, reading in pixels, steps in pixels, and then just highlights of the year, songs of the year, and then just for the month, January, I have a mood tracker and habit tracker, stuff like that. Also, just I track my days with it, and I just have a really nice overview over my month or even year, and I love it so much. I love my bullet journal. I've used it consistently last year too, and I love it. Sorry for the way some of these look. I haven't done a cover yet, but I just don't want to waste old books that I used in school that I didn't finish. So, I mean, this has enough pages, right? So I'm just going to reuse it, and I'm going to make a prettier cover when I have time. But until now, they look like this, but let's be real. Journaling doesn't have to be aesthetic, and most of the time it isn't. And I feel like that's a good thing. I don't know. So anyway, this is my goals tracking journal where I track my goals. I wrote down my goals for 2024. I'm gonna make a video about those, I think. But these are my 24 goals for 2024. And I just have a lot of goals in here, and that I track the progress, how far I am with this goal, and I just read through it every day and look at it so that I can remember what my goals are, what my values are in life. And I think that's very important. I didn't do this last year, but I think I should have, because it just reminds me of my goals every day, or every second day, or every Sunday, or whatever. And it's just a great way to reach your goals, because you're reminded of them constantly, and you'll feel the guilt of not doing anything for them. So I think this will work. This one I also think is kind of interesting. I'm just trying this out this year. It's just a life questions book. And I wanna just, on TikTok, some people post like some questions to ask yourself in your journal. I want to have a book dedicated to those questions. And I don't know if this is gonna work, because I could also do this in my diary, but I don't know. I kind of want my own book for it. I always hate these questions because they make me think so much. I'm like, girl, I don't want to think that much. But, it's good to think about yourself and your life and your values. So this is probably a good exercise, and it's also probably really fun to learn more about yourself. So, okay, these two, I'm also starting this year, but I kind of did them last year. I didn't really do them, but I like looked at them like at least once a week and was like, I want to do this. So this year I'm actually starting it, and I think it will be easy to keep track of, because it makes me feel really, really productive. So the first one is my reading journal. As you can see, I was motivated to do the cover. I will just write something on there, I think. It's my reading journal, and last year I just kind of like wrote while reading. I just wrote down some notes. But I don't want to do that anymore, or at least not in this book. I did like a whole setup for a reading journal that you can see when you type in reading journal on TikTok. You can find really detailed ones, and this is what I also have here. So I have my reading goals, my 366 days of reading. I already finished day 1, so that's great. Book goal, I want to read 50 books this year. Last year I read 25, actually 24, so I don't know, but I'm pretty motivated. The books I read, book of the year, some challenges, some statistics, and some book reviews. I'm really motivated for this one. I love books, and I love book journals, and I think it'll be easy to incorporate this into my daily life, because I'm just so excited at the end of the day when I've read on the bus, on a train, at school, and I can just track it all in here at the end of the day. I also use Storygraph on my phone, but this feels better. And then I also have a movie and series tracker journal. This one, I always feel very productive watching movies. I don't know if this is anybody else, because it's just like most people are like, oh, I watched a movie, now I was so unproductive. But for me, it feels productive. I like watching movies, but it also feels like a task a little bit. It's like sometimes I have to tell myself, you haven't watched a movie in 3 months, go watch something. But I love it too. It's really weird. So here I just have like also the movies I watched and the ratings and yeah, all that statistics, some challenges, and the reviews and some of the movies and series I want to watch. Another one that I've really used in 2023, as you can see, is my journal. It's like a junk journal, or however you want to call it. It's just like this. I love it so much. I can be creative in here, like it's insane. And I'm not that much of a creative person, I would say. Actually, I wouldn't say that, but I don't do much creative work, let's say that. And it isn't aesthetically pleasing to me most of the time. But this book really changed that for me. Wait, I'm just trying to find a page that I want to show. For example, this one. It's a page where I looked through my dad's old calendars from when he was 22, 23, and I don't have a really good relationship with my father, but these really made me have more empathy for him, because he was just a boy too, and he wrote stuff like, I don't know, he wrote stuff about having fun with his friends or going on dates even, and I don't know if I was invading his privacy. He doesn't really care. I'd actually probably, but it's so, like, it also made me learn something, and I love how aesthetic the page is. For example, here I have a brain dump. I love brain dumps so much. Oh my god, I wish I could do them every day, and I could. I love this, and I'm gonna finish it this year easily. I'm really excited to use this, keep using this. I don't really have like use this every week once, but I use it pretty frequently, and even if I don't, it doesn't matter, because it's not like, you can't see when I wrote it most of the time. But I really love this, and I love it getting like big and stuff. Oh, I love it so much. The next one is the people journal, and here, I don't know about this one, but people said it's a really good thing, because I always keep forgetting things when people tell me stuff and stories about their lives, and I don't want to forget. I'm so sorry, but I just forget every single fucking detail. If you tell me about a person tomorrow, I won't know anymore. I'm sorry, I can't do anything about it, but actually I'm trying to do something about it, because I want to be a good friend, and I want to remember stuff that you tell me, because I care, you know, I care. I just can't fucking remember it. I'm writing down stuff that people tell me, also inspirational stuff. And I often get compliments, actually, and I don't appreciate them enough, so I should write them in here so that I never forget them. This one is a very important one, but last year I tried using it, but it didn't really work for me. But it kind of worked for me, but I didn't really want to do it. Yeah, I don't know. It's a therapy journal. Don't we all just love therapy? I actually don't hate it as much, but I just always get that stabbing headache. I have therapy every 3 weeks on Friday. And I mean, I love my therapist. She's great. And we talk a lot. Yeah. So I just want to keep track of what we talk about, how it has helped me, stuff that she said that's helpful. But as I said, I forget a lot of things. So after the session, I've probably forgotten half the stuff that she told me. That's okay. I'm gonna write in here what I remember so that I can remember it. You know, it makes sense to have a therapy journal. It really does. I really have a lot of journals planned. Anyway, this one is my food journal, because surprise, I am going vegan, actually I'm vegan since today, and I tried eating breakfast, but I couldn't find anything, so I just had a banana basically and tea because I wasn't prepared for nothing to be here. Nothing. I'm pretty happy with my decision. I mean, I haven't really tried it out today because I've only had one meal that's vegan. Well, you know what I mean. But yeah, I'm gonna document it in here. Write some recipe ideas, write stuff like what I ate today and meal prepping ideas and meal planning for the week and everything like that, because I actually can't go eat in the school cafeteria anymore because they have nothing vegan except for like once a week max. So I have to meal prep and take stuff to school, but I'll have to see. I still have a week of some winter break, so no stress right now. Please give me a break. Next is my exercise journal. I actually don't think I'm gonna keep this up, so I'm not gonna talk about this much. But it's basically I want to track how many steps I do, which I already do in my bullet journal, so it's kind of unnecessary. And actually, this whole thing is unnecessary. But maybe I'll use it for like good yoga workouts or Pilates I find on YouTube, so I don't have to look for it all the time. Maybe I'll use it. I don't know yet. Just an exercise journal where I track my exercise. I don't know about this one. It's just an ideas journal, but I don't think I'm going to use it as much because I don't have that many ideas. Well, I really don't have many ideas. I don't do that much creative work, and I'm not that creative, but maybe my brain thinks, oh, I have an idea journal now, so I have to think of more ideas, right? So like, we'll see. I haven't had any life-changing ideas yet, but you know, it's still the first day. So next is my spirituality journal. I don't even know where I have this from, so don't ask me, but I really don't know. I've had it for years. Where I'm just gonna write in here affirmations, how I meditate, good meditations, good guided meditations, stuff like that. Just anything about spirituality and maybe even religion, but I'm not even sure about that part myself yet, so we'll see about that. Okay, next is my travel journal. I haven't used it, but I also want to keep track of my hometown so that when I ever move out, I don't know if I will, because I live on a farm and normally you don't move out, but if I do, I want to have a book of my hometown and all the travels that I did in my life, so I'm going to dedicate to this. I haven't started it yet, but I've been wanting to start it for ages, so I'm going to do that this year. Next is my Italian journal, my studying Italian journal. I hate Italian. I hate studying Italian. I also studied it in school. I love Italian, but when it comes to studying it, I just hate it so much. But I'm gonna stay consistent and study it so that I can actually speak it and then go to Italy and live in Italy and be happy forever. So, well, this one is actually my old drawing journal. I don't want to draw anymore in this. I don't like this. I don't like this journal. I don't think I'm gonna use it. But it's a drawing journal, and for everyone that likes to draw, you should have a drawing journal. And this one I actually love. It's my fangirl journal. Can you see it? My fangirl journal, I just read about Taylor Swift mostly, but I also write about small artists, and I've used this before and I love it so much. It's so silly. Like, I love being a fangirl. It's so silly. Okay, so those were all the journals that I want to incorporate in my life in 2024. It feels so weird saying it, right? It's crazy. We'll see how consistent I stay. Probably pretty consistent because I love journals, but we'll see, you know. I've been talking for so long. It's crazy. Yeah, well, anyway, that was the video. If you want a close-up of any of those journals, you can just write it in the comments and I will do a video about it. Basically, I can show you any of those except for my diary, but I can talk about that one as well. Yeah, and that was it. I don't want to talk more, but I hope you enjoyed the video. Please give me a thumbs up. It feels so weird saying that, but like, I want to be a YouTuber, so please give me a thumbs up and follow me. And also, thank you for 29 subscribers. I thought I was gonna wake up with 30 subscribers on January 1st, but I didn't. And that's okay because I had like 20 followers last week. So I'm really happy about it. So thank you so much. Like, imagine 30 people standing in my room. That would be crazy. And thank you all for following me. That's so sweet. I have to stop talking, but thank you for watching anyway. And I hope you have a nice new year. And I wish you a beautiful day and see you next time.